So Amy, this was the blue badge that I promised. I had it all made up. I just didn't make it onto the um, uh, PowerPoint presentation, but here it is, and congratulations. Please let me know if you want to make any, before we order, alterations to the title um, or
Looks
your
great.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So congratulations again, and yeah, I look forward to more of these going down the road. Um, this week, um, ESRAG, so the Environmental Sustainability Rotary Action Group, has an event happening. Actually, it started yesterday, and it's continuing on today. It is in place of what was supposed to happen during the International Convention, which was also supposed to start. I got my United mileage or United reminder. My flight was supposed to take off tonight or maybe this morning, but missing the convention. But there's some great speakers that I thought I'd share during this World Environment Day event. And so here you can sign up online, and you can watch specific speakers on very pretty interesting topics. And so it's esrag.org, and you can check out the variety of speakers and their topics. So how UN's 17 SDGs and Rotary's areas of focus align. So it's a partnership between the United Nations, and then this biodiversity and a sustainability theme. So he's a Rotary Peace Fellow, and thought that would be an interesting topic. And then we have this last one that I thought was also interesting: hunger and food waste, lunch out of landfills. So a District 7620 Rotarian engaging with Interact and Rotaract. Visit their website, esrag.org. It's for the remainder of the day. Sign up for some of these presentations, and be fun to learn. I wish I had the day off so I could take a look at some of these. But if you do manage to catch some of these, if you could do some screenshots or something or share, I'd appreciate it. Love to see what that looks like out there.
AJ,
Yes.
I would bet that the videos will be available online. So do visit the website.
Nice. Let's see, did Dustin join us? I don't know if he has an update for the convention. I know he has
I did not see Dustin here.
Okay, thanks, Bryn. He's responsible for putting together an event in place of his luau in Honolulu. So we'll catch up with him the next round. I think it's right around the corner. So we'll learn more about it next meeting. So some recognitions. I didn't get a lot of photos this past week, and the social medias was inundated with a lot of what's going on around the country. And so thought I'd bring it back to the beginning of my year, where kind of talked about our executive committee and the committee chairs. And I do owe a huge debt of gratitude to the leaders of this club to help make everything happen. And so there have been some recent changes in the board. So Claire has recently taken over as the club service director, and Brett has recently taken over for the community service director. And we still have Tom, Vanessa, and Steve as directors of their respective avenues of service. We have one last board meeting this month, and so I'll send out an invite to those blue badgers, but any members welcome to join and check it out. It's been quite different considering COVID-19 kind of took things over and changed things quite a bit, but a huge thank you to the board directors for keeping things going, and I think they'll help definitely help support Maggie in her year. And then I also wanted to send out a huge recognition to the board, the committee chair. So Tomas, if you're out there, thank you. I know I started the year off with Bob as our mentorship chair, but I know Brandy is transitioning. So Bob, thank you, and Brandy for taking it on. I think I see Brandy out there. Howard and Greg, I've had, I definitely appreciate the programs over the year or over the months. So a huge thank you to you guys. And then Jessica, I know it's been a busy year with fellowship, and I think we'll have a little bit at the end of this meeting or in the middle of this meeting. So I know the year's not quite over yet, and I think I have one more event that I want to promote, but thank you for your leadership there. And is Nick out there? There he is. The adjustment to Zoom, Nick, has been quite interesting, but I wanted to offer you a huge thank you for your contribution this year. I don't think I've seen Joyce since we've transitioned to Zoom, but she's definitely sent me some photos from recognition, some ideas. So thank you there. Julie, don't see out there, but had a lot of great PR. So appreciate the mentions in the media. So I want to offer her a huge thank you. So I was going to try to connect with Rachel here for a last community service opportunity, but I'll speak to that here in just a second. But we've had a lot of community service events this year that I've really enjoyed. So huge thank you there. Randy, I'm sorry it got cut short after the pandemic, but thank you for your engagement there. I think we're still able to help a lot of organizations first half of the year. So thank you. Terry, thanks for keeping us achieving and connecting with RI and your contribution and service for the Rotary Foundation. I appreciate that. Maggie and Tom, Guatemala was amazing, and I know Pakistan and some other projects overseas really make a difference. So I really appreciate our contribution there. I think Guatemala was a great memory, and it was great to be able to bond with some other Rotarians and other clubs. So I definitely encourage, if that ever happens again. I think I remember first joining and people telling me about Project Amigo and how that was such a memorable experience for so many. And so I kind of feel the same way about our Guatemala project. So thank you for that. And vocational development, I think, is in current development. There's a new partnership developing. So Charlie, if you're out there, thank you for that. Ed and Linda, thank you for the, I know this is probably going to change in 2020, but the Thanksgiving dinner, I think, meant a lot to the mentorship community, and hopefully find another way to say thank you to them. Brian took over with Rebecca, so partnership there at Youth Activities, and the run was successful. I think the most successful as it grows year over year. But it'd be fun to see if we can develop something new out of that. Brian and Jennifer for competition and scholarships has been moved to the meeting of the 19th, which will be my last meeting prior to the debunking. So we'll catch up with them and see how that first scholarship and top 10 presentation via Zoom happens.
What debunking?
Oh, I don't know. I guess that's not. Yeah, a Zoom debunking. That'll be interesting. Ashley and Nick, thank you for your contribution to Interact and Rotaract. I know that we're working on getting some Rotaract members to join our meeting here, so we'll look out for some familiar faces this next meeting, or some unfamiliar faces, but welcome them as we try to encourage Rotaract to stay alive through the pandemic. And then lastly, Claire, I know Youth Exchange is an important part of Rotary. It's important to share this experience with the rest of the world or around the world. So um, thank you for this year. So thank you everybody for your contribution and leadership. I mean, the club happens because of you guys and because of everybody's engagement. I know that it's really hard to find ways to get engaged or stay engaged through the pandemic, and I think that's where we want to get creative. And I'm trying to inspire people to join Maggie in her first fundraiser of her year with the Arcata Land fundraiser. I know that I've spoken to some presidents of other clubs, and they're definitely interested in supporting this fundraiser as we transition into this new way of looking at fundraising. So please find ways to get engaged. These are all great leaders and groups, and I really enjoyed and appreciated your support this year. So thank you guys. Ceva has been really busy at Main Street. It's probably why we haven't seen her in a while. So it's transitioning. This is a funny little comic to a Zoom Oyster Fest. And so I think we had some original, our original way of participating was to help with the beer booth. But since all of that has changed this year, she's asked for some help in preparing for this virtual version. So what they're offering are these packages that you can order online and then go pick up and take home for the event on Saturday the 20th. And so on the 17th, 18th, and 19th, what she's done is she's opened up a window for people to make their purchase and then choose a time to go pick it up so that they can stagger the groups that are going in. And it's going to be a curb to vehicle delivery. So the vehicles will drive into the Tri-County's parking lot and at their designated time. And someone's simply going to take their order and hand it to them and send them on their way. And so Ceva is looking for volunteers, and we want to do our ensure that we do social distancing, wear masks, and keep it as safe as possible. And so her efforts by staggering the appointments and having people place their order really minimizes contact. And so I'd like to see if we'd be interested in helping with this endeavor. And if you are, I learned this new thing where if you, at the end of the meeting, I can save this chat. So if you're interested, chat me, and that just gives me an idea of how many people are out there. And what I'll do is I'll send out a sign-up genius for those 3 days, and for the slots, I have to check in with her and get some more details. But I'd really love some help. So it should be a fun event on, I believe it's the Father's Day weekend, and you just simply turn on your TV and enjoy your libations and eat some oysters. So Ceva's put a lot of work into this, into working with stream guys, and the promoting. So all the proceeds are the vendors and the beer vendors, the oyster vendors, and the wine and cider vendors are all benefiting from these purchases. So you're contributing or supporting these local businesses, and they are all local. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So huge thank you to Ceva there.